Welcome back to Zizo Reports, your stop for juicy, bingeable real-life stories. Now, ex-Citizen TV reporter Kimani Mbugua has come out to reveal that he at some point lost his mind and had to be admitted in Mathare. According to Kimani, the most traumatic day of his life began the day he smoked weed. But before we get to that, let's first take a quick preview of Kimani's career, for those who may not know who he is. Now, in the middle of his undergraduate studies at Moi University, Kimani Mbugua landed a gig at Nation FM. This will then serve as a stepping stone to his next big opportunity, and that was for him to be an entertainment reporter for the Nation Media Group. As the entertainment reporter, Kimani would co-host the Trend Show alongside Larry Madowo before joining the Raw Media Services as a reporter on Citizen TV. Now, 2 years ago, Kimani Mbugua's life took a turn for the worst after he started struggling with mental health. This he revealed on the first episode of his new podcast, the Kimani Mbugua podcast. I've honestly only had a couple of minutes of the podcast, and it sounds really well produced. It's 3 hours long, and so definitely I will check it out sometime. So my news piece is courtesy of Pasho. They've obviously listened to all of it, so I'll just be reporting and reacting to their findings. Now, according to Kimani, he was at some point involved in a love triangle that went sour, resulting in his girlfriend finding out and dumping his ass. Now, I'm going to be reading the next statement straight off Pasho. These were Kimani's exact words. It was a tough relationship. We were both at different places in our lives. I think we were at a point where we couldn't be able to fulfill each other's needs and in the way we wanted. I felt unfulfilled. I wasn't getting the satisfaction I wanted from the relationship and therefore started cheating. My then girlfriend found out and it was explosive. I ended up in a situation where I was trying to mend a relationship between two people. This led me to the worst breakup ever. Now, this is what I don't get. Sa huyu boy anadai it was his worst breakup ever juu aliachwa na mademo wawili at the same time, right? I think that is basically what he's saying. Now, according to him, the breakup also left him agnostic, hence his online attack against the SDA church and the decision to become an atheist. Yup, yani huyu boy ayuko serious. Saju aliachwa na mademo wawili at the same time, amechukia hadi saja. In December 2019, Kimani met another girl whom he proposed to in February 2020. And again, right off Mpasho, his exact words were, "It was a hurried decision. She had a medical condition. I talked to her dad and planned to have her on my insurance officially. On one fine day in February, I drove home and I decided to smoke marijuana. I do not know where the idea came from." So basically, huyu boy alijaribu weed for the very first time. He went through all the stages, I presume. Ya kwanza ni obviously ni daydreaming. Hadi akaanza kucriticize religion yake. He was in a way awakening. Alafu, of course, ukismoke weed kuna the paranoia bit of it too, and I'm guessing it's probably where his schizophrenia stems from. Apart from that, hatuwezi sahau munchies na cotton mouth. He must have experienced a lot of munchies, by the way. So now, according to Kimani, the most traumatic event in his life ensued the moment he smoked weed. Again, right off Mpasho, I'm going to read Kimani's exact words after he smoked weed. Sasa hii ndio aliona. "I saw a woman who was like a goddess who came to have sex with me. She started calling my name." Right. As you can see, huyu zake zilikuwa zina rate mbaya. Kimani bro, just in case you ever see this, link me up to your plug. And with the continued drug addiction, Kimani became psychotic and was admitted to Mathare Hospital. He has been admitted to Mathare Mental Hospital twice since 2020. Kimani advises people not to take drugs. He also quit his job on Citizen TV 8 months ago and currently runs his own YouTube news channel called Speedfeed. Well, Mr. Kimani Mbugua, I have a few famous words for you. Use it, but do not abuse it. I want to leave you with the famous clip of him criticizing the SDA church. Leave your thoughts and comments below. See you soon with more news.
Hi guys, real quick I want to go what has been happening on my Facebook. First I want to say I was very wrong. I was very wrong, and that I know and I'm willing to admit that I was very wrong in how I mistook the level of understanding that SDAs and Adventists have of the material they are consuming. And I do hold very strong views against Ellen White, or Ellen White as known by many people. I think I know, because I lived like that for many years. I was born and raised SDA, and now I know that SDA is not a church, SDA is a cult. And hear me out from someone who was born that way, raised that way. This is the only thing I have known for about 20 years of my life. From when I was a child to when I was an adult, there was a path for me and I followed it diligently. And I'm not saying all of these things from a point of ignorance. I have read every single Ellen White book. I've read all of them: The Desire of Ages, Steps to Christ, call them whatever, Counsels for the Youth, Counsels, all of those books. I have read them, and I am willing to sit down with anybody willing to have an open mind, and I will break it down to you, and I will show you that she's a fraud. Your life will be much easier if you're out in a Sunday worshiping church. In fact, I think those people are happy. As Adventists, we used to think we were happy. We used to think we know the truth. And those people, they used to think, what is wrong with these guys? Why do they know everything? Yes, Adventists read. And here is how you know it's a cult. Because if you don't read, the people who read the most get indoctrinated the most, and they get so deep in the cult, they never see the other side. And that's who I was. I was very deep into it. I was ordained as an elder at 16 years of age at Karura Adventist. A lot of people who went to Karura Adventist knew me as that guy they did not want to interact with, because I was so anti everything. I was anti-hugging. I was anti-sex, any kind of sex. I even wondered, why would I found it hard to imagine that I could ever have a wife one day and have sex with her, because the Ellen White books went so deep even into how people should have sex. It's so deep, and I'm going to break down all of that material so that it doesn't seem like I'm lying, or I'm being dishonest, or I'm being angry, or I'm venting towards Ellen White. No, I believe Ellen White is the leader of a cult. That I will not apologize for. It's my freedom of speech to express myself on how I think about something, and that is true. SDA is a cult. Let's just define it as that. A lot of people will think it's a normal church. A lot of Sunday people are confused about what is this stuff that you guys believe in. A lot of people don't even care, because they're like, why are you not drinking tea? Why are you not drinking coffee? I will educate all of you guys, especially the Sunday people, so you can know the kind of stuff that SDAs are going through. They're going through it rough. I believe Ellen White is a fraud, and I say her and her doctrines are not to be adopted by anyone. If you want to live a happy life, please quit the SDA church. It is a cult. It is a cult. It's not even a church. I don't want to call it a church. It's a cult. It is a cult, and it should always be called a cult. And if you're in there, and if you're reading all of that material, it's not good for you. If you have been suspecting that it could be a lie, yes, it is a lie. And I will do a series of exposés here. We will talk about it. We will talk about her philosophies. We'll talk about who she was, where she came from, and why she wanted all of those things. And we will talk about cults, and why cults are the way they are, and how they are designed to oppress people and to make them believe in outrageous things. We will do all of that. We will do all of that, and I'm willing to do that. So in conclusion, I stand with what I said. Ellen White is still a big time philosophical fraud, and I will always support that statement. because it's based on information. It's not based on what, it's not based on my career. But what my career is very different from this. I'm not speaking out of arrogance. I saw a lot of people commenting and saying, oh, you become, tutafanya nini ukifika level la Jeff Koinange. It has nothing to do with my career. It has everything to do with how I was raised and the religion that I was raised by. And that is this SDA church, or the SDA cult, as I now call it. It is a cult, and I will break it down for you guys.
Look how far we are.